Coming up, I'm going to be talking about Once Upon a Time, if Jennifer Morrison is going to be leaving the show. I'm also going to be talking about Bob Iger taking a pay cut. And finally, I am going to be talking about some new pop vinyls. What's up everyone, it's Roger here from DisKingdom.com. It's Tuesday, it's time to jump into some of today's news. Let's start off with some pop vinyl news. So first off, Funko have announced a load of new Star Wars pop vinyls are going to be coming out soon from Star Wars Rebels. We're going to get the Inquisitor, we're also going to get like the fifth brother and seventh brother. I'm going to be honest, not too up to speed quite yet on those characters from season 3 and stuff. I'm still kind of on season 1 of that one. They've also announced that you've got the new Rebels box is going to be coming for the March subscription box of Smuggler's Bounty. Now what's kind of cool with this one is you're going to have a Darth Maul figure in there. Obviously they brought him back and they kind of gave him like electronic legs and stuff, so that figure looks really cool. This is something that they've been doing with the Smuggler's Bounty box for a while now, as they kind of show off the main figure way ahead of time. So it's not really a mystery of what you're going to get, because they want people to buy the boxes. And to be honest, Matt put up a review of the latest box, which just arrived up on Pop Vinyls, and you find it on DisKingdom as well. And the new like Tom pop vinyl just looks fantastic. So this is a pretty cool lineup. As I said, these pop vinyls do look really cool. So if you're into Star Wars Rebels, you'll want to check them out. Doesn't look like Jennifer Morrison might be carrying on too much longer as Emma Swan on Once Upon a Time. According to a recent appearance she did on a podcast, she was talking about kind of how she's not going to be on there like for life, and you know, she's got other things that maybe she wants to do. But also, the 7th season of Once Upon a Time hasn't yet been picked up by Disney or ABC. It hasn't been announced yet. Now, they've been talking about, you know, if characters leave, etc. Personally, for me, I think, you know, if we get to the 7th season and one of the major characters is going from a show, it may be time just to let that show go. Obviously, they've been like imming and ahhing about renewing it. Personally, I think with TV shows, and this is a real pet peeve of mine, is when they never really close off the show properly. Maybe if they do that 7th season, do it to end it off, finish it off on a high, actually let the story come to an end. The amount of times you end up getting like a TV show that just kind of abruptly ends because they've decided not to carry on. A bit of a pet peeve of me, but I hope that she does at least return for like one season, finish off the story, and just leave it all happy ever after. But you know, it's Disney, we can't do that quite yet. Apparently, Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger is set to have a $1 million pay cut this year, due to some details that got released by the company last week. He is just taking a pay cut of $1 million from last year. However, all the other big chiefs at the company seem to be getting a pay rise. Now, it seems a little bit odd that he's getting a pay cut, because obviously the studios did really well, but the parks have kind of been going down a bit. So, you know, it all depends on how well Walt Disney have been doing. It's like I say, he's still getting 46 million, so he's not going to be, you know, heading off to the pound shops or anything like that just yet. But it's interesting to see that he's obviously having to take a little bit of a pay cut, because Disney's on paper maybe didn't quite do as well as they would have done the previous year. Disney Channel have released a brand new teaser trailer and poster for Descendants 2, which is an original movie that's going to be coming to the Disney Channel this summer. The new trailer doesn't really show off too much more, it's just kind of more of a promo image featuring the 4 main characters, kind of just sort of moving around stuff. Going to be interesting how they do this one. I think it's going to be really, really popular. Descendants has been a really popular line. Obviously, they've done the toys, they've also done like an animated series. And in general, the movie's done very, very well for the Disney Channel. And I like to see them doing a little bit more of the stuff with the original ones, using the cast and stuff. I have seen the original movie, and I probably will catch up with this one at some point. But I'm going to be honest, it's not the main thing I'm interested in. There's also, they put up a new trailer as well for the new Tangled show, which is going to be coming. It's going to be starting off in March with like a feature episode, and kind of explaining kind of basically how they're going to give Rapunzel back her blonde hair, because that was, I think, the big thing of they kind of ended it, and now they've got this sort of series where it's set between the original cartoon and the movie, and then also the Tangled Ever After, which came with Frozen. So they kind of want to move that around a bit and trying to get that story going, because ultimately they want to keep that story going along between Rapunzel, and Rapunzel having her hair is kind of a major thing, so some magic will explain that why she's got it, because some people are like going, well, she isn't got blonde hair at the end of the movie, how can you do that? But nevertheless, should be pretty cool to see what they're doing. Obviously some stuff coming onto the Disney Channel, and they also seem to be putting out the Disney Channel on different platforms as well, for like through streaming and stuff. So it's pretty cool to see what's going on the Disney Channel. This past weekend there was a new Star Wars This past weekend there was a Run Disney event at Disneyland, all with the Star Wars theme. James from our podcast was over there, and he did the 5K and the 10K. Also, we've got some great sound clips here from two of the winners. I'm talking about the actual event, and again, it seems to be really popular. You know, loads of people love doing these Run Disney events, and I just think in general it's pretty cool to see people doing this stuff.
Last year I was second, and I really wanted to come back and win it. And Nick Arsenaga, who won last year, was back, so I knew it would be a really competitive race, and I was happy to the way it ended out. You know, I love the experience. Like, does a great job where it's like more than just a race. You have the theme park, you have the Star Wars, and then for me, I'm running for the charity, which is, adds to the experience.
I love this course. It's flat, it's fast, it's cool running through the parks. It's a good time. You never know when someone builds up speed, but I felt pretty good. Like I was in the complete clear on mile 6. But then I know number 2 was closing in fast, so try.
Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit that like button or follow button depending on whichever platform you're watching. Check out DisKingdom.com, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.